Okay, so this is the Module 3 essay, and I must say that firstly, if you're like a person who requires that you have a bit of progress going on to keep going, I would advise doing the Module 3 essay first because it's usually the shortest and actually, if you know what you're doing, it's actually the easiest. So the module 3 essay usually requires that you write a proposal for a campaign, or whatever, really. It's usually a proposal. This is where you'll include your rhetorical appeals, talk about registers, and even talk about persuasive techniques if needs be, right? Need be. So let's see what this is. This is the 2018 paper. By the way, I've been doing the 2018 paper for the samples all this time. So go back and look at that module 1 and module 2 essay. I'll have it in the cards. And lastly, I know my intro is kind of long, but it's marathon season. If you want to join our marathon, it will be next week. Not this week coming, the week after. That's when we're starting, right? Can go down to the description box. Yeah. The registration form is down there. So you are the president of the Interfaith College Fellowship, an organization which aims to encourage students and faculty to join efforts to assist the homeless people in your town. You plan to launch a campaign on campus at the start of the new school year. In an essay of no more than 300 words, write a proposal for your campaign in which you justify 2 types of strategies that that will appeal rather to the new members. Of each of the target groups. Comment on the registers that you used with each of the 2 groups, and outline a timetable for the events in the campaign. All right, so first things first, to justify, well, the two target groups are, of course, students and faculty, right? So you don't really have to think much about that. So we've identified the 2 target groups. Now it's time for you to choose 2 strategies with 2 types of strategies that will appeal to the new members. Now, all right, if you're not seasoned in communication studies, you'll think that appeal means like, how should I say this? Appeal means like what would they gravitate to most? Yes and no. When they refer to appeals in module 3, we're talking about rhetorical appeals. Yeah. And that includes logos, or appeal to logic, pathos, which is for emotion, and the last one is ethos, or appeal to ethical or moral, So ethics, I like to say pathos or passion, so I remember it, and logos for logic and reasoning. So those are the rhetorical appeals that you'll have to mention when proposing your proposal or giving your proposal. Yeah. And registers, I think you know what those are. You have casual, frozen, consultative, stuff like that. And outline a timetable of the events in the campaign. Now, structuring your essay, they really depends on you. But what I'll do, and as usual, remember the link to this document will be in the description as well. I'll have an introduction. Then I'll focus on target group 1, which would be, I'll talk about students first, since I'll be more likely to relate to them. Then I'll speak about target group 2, which would be faculty. And then I'll go on to the timetable or question 3. I'll just put timetable or question part C. I think it was C. Let me check. Yeah. And then conclusion, right? And for the target group 1 for students, I think I'll go pathos and logos, right? Appeal, and I'll employ the casual register. So I'll mention all of that. And to be honest, you don't need to do detailed explanations for these because it's 300 words, right? So just state and tell me why in like a sentence. For the faculty, I'll do ethos and logos. And for register, I'll say frozen and consultative. Frozen in the form of emails. So I'll just put a note there for myself, professional emails, and consultative in the sense where I'll do meetings. All right. So yeah, in your introduction, as usual, you know that you introduce what you'll be talking about and thing. Then go into each of these. So as I said, it really depends on you, but how you structure your essay, there's no hard or fast rule to it. Just ensure you have an introduction, you have body paragraphs, of course, and a conclusion. So just follow that general structure, whatever you want to talk about. If you wanted to talk about the appeals in one paragraph and then the registers in another paragraph, that would be perfectly fine as well. But I think I wanted to just tie everything in one for like deal with a target group first and deal with the other target group, since I don't know, it just feels right for me for a proposal, but it depends on you. As I said, there's no hard or fast rule to it. For pathos appeal for students, social media campaign, I guess. And I wrote this at like 3 o'clock in the morning. So I'm trying to remember what I wrote down. And for logos appeal, this logic, student council. Yeah. I'll just put student council for now, but it was really a teaming up or collaborating with the student council in order to help with the campaign. All right, so first let's deal with the introduction. In the introduction, you want to introduce what you'll be talking about. So for this, I'll be, of course, telling you about my proposal, and I'm going to tell you how I use rhetorical appeals such as pathos, logos, and ethos appeal to my different target groups. And also I'll be talking about language registers and how those will be used to engage my audience as well. So I'm going to say that in the introduction. So let me just get this trusty old tool out and tell you what I have. So let me just type this out. The interfaith, that's what it's called, yeah. Let's check. Yeah, college fellowship. So the interfaith, let's go down a bit so you can see that. College fellowship aims to launch a campaign at the beginning of the new school year to encourage students and faculty to assist the homeless in our town. In our town. So that was my first sentence, right? So I'm telling you exactly what the organization is about. I just got straight to the point. The Interfaith College Fellowship aims to launch a campaign at the beginning of the new school year to encourage students and faculty to assist the homeless in our town. To encourage our target groups, we will use rhetorical appeals and appropriate registers. So as you can see, I introduced the fact that I'll be using rhetorical appeals and language registers to do this, right? I also need to keep track of my word count because I don't even think I told you guys what my word count would be like. So for this, I don't need more than 50 words, but I'm going to lowball this and say 40 because since I've been doing this, I've been going over by like 20 words and I don't like that. So for this explanation, I'll give myself 70 instead of 100. Since it's 300, I'll give myself 70 here as well. And for timetable, planning events, 60. And for the conclusion, since it's not much, I'll just give myself a 10-word limit for that. So a sentence literally will conclude the whole thing. All right. So that should be fine. That should be under 300. And as I did it under 300s in case I'll go over the 300. I know I won't go under though. So let's see what we have so far for the word count here. So that's 42. That's 42 words. Sorry, 42 words. So yeah, it was supposed to be 40. I'm waffling. I was supposed to be 40, but it's 2 words over, so that's fine. I have the space. So that's the introduction. So now I'll go on to talk about the target group, which is the students, and how I'll appeal to them, right? So first and foremost, as I said, every time you're writing an essay, you want to introduce a topic statement. So literally what you'll be talking about in this paragraph. So I said to appeal to students. Let me just fix this real quick. Appeal to students. We will use a combination of pathos and logos with the casual register. So as you can see, I introduced the appeals, the rhetorical appeals. I'll be using pathos and logos, and the casual and the language register is a casual register for the students. And this is to keep, right, communication relatable among us. All right. Now I'm going to talk about my strategies, social media, and student council. And since I said pathos first I'll talk about social media first. Then since I said logos, then I'll talk about the collaboration with student council, right? So here, that's also to keep structure with my essay so that the marker can follow without me repeating myself that, hey, this is pathos and hey, this is logos, right? So we will create a social media page to promote our campaign and encourage students to join our cause. No, I know I'm saying or, but I mean or, maybe let me try saying our instead of or. So we will create a social media page to promote our campaign and encourage students to join our cause. Furthermore, we will collaborate with the student council to exercise the logos appeal and show that our campaign aligns with students' values of service to the community. So as you can see, I'm getting straight to the point. with this, because as I said, you only have 300 words, so you don't really have much leeway to be waffling. So you want to keep that short. So to appeal to students, we will use a combination of pathos and logos with the casual register to keep communication relatable among us. We will create a social media page to promote our campaign and encourage students to join our cause. Furthermore, we will collaborate with the student council. I think student council, let's just put that for now in caps, because I don't want to name the student council and I want that to be proper, proper, to exercise the logos appeal and show that the campaign aligns with students as in apostrophe S, students' values of service to the community. So that's my first target group and how I intend on going about this campaign with regards to them. Now for the target group number 2, that would be faculty, yeah? And as I said, I intend to go on with ethos and pathos, and of course, frozen register and consultative. So again, I'll introduce a topic sentence and I'll list these in the order in which I'll speak about them, so that I don't have to repeat myself that much, right? So to appeal to faculty, we intend to use a combination of ethos and logos with the consultative, formal, and frozen registers. Frozen registers. All right. And of course, why? To show credibility and reliability. Yeah. We will reach out to faculty through professional and formal emails and organize meeting events to sensitize them to information about how they can contribute to our cause. So that's the plan, right? I'm telling you the plan and how all of this relates. So we will reach out to faculty through professional and formal emails. Should I say professional and formal emails? Like, I like the whole professional, but kind of mean the same thing. So let me just take it out. As I said, don't be attached too much to your words. So through formal emails and organize, this should be an S. I need to change this to British. Organize meeting events to sensitize them to information about how they can contribute to our cause. And that would be it. And now I'll talk about the timetable. They said we should outline a timetable, I guess. Now, this was a difficult part for me, because I was like, I didn't know if I was supposed to like list all the events and thing and when they would happen, like literally when, or state some exact dates. But instead, I went the vague route. I decided to be a bit vague about it. So I said that we intend to sustain interest and participation by planning an ongoing event. An ongoing event for the entire school year. In the first 4 months we will focus on building awareness via social media. As I said, it sounded a bit repetitive, but I tried not to make it that way. Page and introducing faculty to our initiative through emails. In the following months, we will host fortnightly. So I wanted that to just take up the rest of the year, to be honest. So I just said fortnightly meetings or meeting events to engage, to further engage faculty, I guess. And that's it. And I spoke about the timetable, and I forgot that I was supposed to be keeping track of the word count. So I have 256 so far, but that includes what we have up top. So overall, I have 216 words. So I just need my conclusion. No, just social media page. And once I have the conclusion, then we're done, right? So in conclusion, our organization will use these rhetorical appeals and registers to build a strong coalition. I actually didn't get this sentence myself. I liked the coalition idea. Coalition of advocates for assisting the homeless in our town. And yeah, so I have this much. Didn't go over the 300. I have 241, which was around the ballpark that I was aiming for. So, and I think I explained everything that I needed to. Of course, you could add more if you feel the need to, but I think I have just enough to answer the questions asked. And yeah, so the Interfaith College Fellowship aims to launch a campaign at the beginning of the new school year to encourage students and faculty to assist the homeless in our town. To encourage our target groups, we will use rhetorical appeals and appropriate registers. To appeal to students, we will use a combination of pathos and logos with the casual register to keep communication relatable among us. We will create a social media page to promote our campaign and encourage students to join our cause. All right. And appeal to the emotions of students, of the students. This will encourage them to, so yeah, it's giving me a lot of room to add as well. So I just wanted to, again, mention emotions to link it to pathos. So I'm very deliberate with my words here. So we will create a social media page to promote our campaign and appeal to the emotions of the students. This will encourage them to join our cause. Furthermore, we will collaborate with the student council to exercise the logos appeal and show that the campaign aligns with the students' values of service to the community. Yes. So to appeal to faculty, we intended to use a combination of ethos and logos with the consultative, formal, and frozen registers to show credibility and reliability. We will reach out to faculty through formal emails and organize meetings or meeting events to sensitize them to information about how they can contribute to our cause. To consult and sensitize them. Consult, making link or reference to the consultative register so we can speak. Formal emails would be the frozen register. Sensitize them to information about how they can contribute to our cause. We intend to sustain interest and participation by planning an ongoing event for the entire school year. So in the first 4 months, we will focus on building awareness via the social media page. That was the issue. And introducing faculty to our initiative through emails. In the following months, we will host fortnightly meeting events to further engage faculty. In conclusion, our organization will use these rhetorical appeals and registers to build a strong coalition of advocates for assisting the homeless in our town. So that's what I have, and it's roughly 253 words. So yeah. So that's the module 3 essay for you guys. Again, the link to this document is down below, so take a look at it, and thank you for watching.